welcome to The Wealth Doctor TV. If you are new to my channel, please click the subscribe button below so that you can become part of the family. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your love and your support. So we are still in the investment series, and today we are on episode 7 of the series. And if you've been watching the series since from the beginning, you are loyal, you are faithful, and I appreciate your support. So today we'll be talking about retirement planning. So you might be like, "Ooh, this girl's weird. Why would you talk about retirement planning in your 20s? Who does that?" Well, me. Anyway, in as much as retirement planning, or you planning for retirement, is planning for something that's going to happen after 30 years or 25 years or even 40 years, depending on how old you are, it is very, very, very important. Why? Let's say right now you are going to die at 100 years. I don't know when you're going to die, and I'm not saying you should die when you're 100, but we're just giving you an example. Let's say you're going to die when you're 100 years and you plan to retire when you are 65. That means you still have another 35 years to live, and you're not going to be working during that period. So what are you going to eat? How are you going to pay your medical expenses? Especially because when you retire, your medical expenses go higher, because now your knees going to be painful, your back is going to be painful, you're going to need that thing for walking. I don't know what it's called, that thing for walking. It's just a lot of medical expenses. The more you grow older, you're gonna have to be drinking vitamins. Your diet has to be like more veggies, no more fast food and whatever. So you need to account for that, and that is the most important part of your life. Because if you do not have money to fund that, you're going to depend on the government, and we all know that the money that the government gives us is not enough, especially if in your youthful years you were used to balling and you were a CEO or a CFO, and then next thing you're going to earning 1,000 rand or 2,000. I don't know how much they earn, but that one, it's just making your life difficult. And who's going to pay for your medical expenses? Exactly my point. So it is very important to plan for retirement. And another reason why it is important to plan for retirement is that now there is the new retirement era where people want to retire earlier. And now if you're going to retire earlier, it means you're going to need more money, especially because medicine has proven that people are now living longer. If you retire early, let's say you retire at 50 or 45 and you're going to die at 100, can you see that you have more than 40 years to live, and you need to eat, you need to go to the hospital, you need money to survive. That is why planning for your retirement is important. So how can you save for your retirement? But before we get into that, the reason why retirement is considered as investing is because you do it over the long term, and because of my explanation of the difference between saving and investing. I did tell you that investments are done over the long term, and then savings are done over the short term. So retirement is done for more than 20 years. So that is a long term investment, which makes it an investment. And another thing is, throughout your life, as you're saving money for retirement, it's going to move from long term or risky investments to medium to low risk. So that is considered to be an investment, because an investment is a combination of equities, bonds, and money market instruments, and your retirement fund is going to move between those three phases throughout your life, depending on which method you pick to retire. But anywho, now how can you invest or save for your retirement? So there is two ways of doing it. You can do it on a pension or preservation fund, which is you doing it through an employer. So if you are not employed by an employer, and maybe you are a freelancer, you have your own business, you cannot contribute into a pension fund or a provident fund. But if you are a freelancer, or you are employed by an employer but you want to contribute extra money, you can contribute into a retirement annuity. So a retirement annuity, whether you are employed or you have a business or you are a freelancer, it does not restrict anyone from putting in their savings in it. Anyone can put their retirement savings into a retirement annuity. So that is the difference between those two or three. So it is recommended that in order for you to have a comfortable retirement, you need to put away 15% at least. That's not the maximum. You need to put at least 15% of your income towards your retirement savings, so that by the time that you retire, you will be able to earn approximately 75% of the money that you are currently earning right now as your salary. And the reason why it reduces to 75%, it is assumed that when you reach retirement, you would have paid all of your debts and your children would have grown up and probably gotten their own jobs, and your movement, you wouldn't be driving as if you were still working, and the amount of entertainment and alcohol that you'll be consuming in retirement compared to your youthful years will reduce. The only thing that will increase is your medical expenses. However, this is a financial planning formula and it does not apply to everyone. So if maybe you are still going to be paying fees during retirement, then you need to speak to your financial planner so that you can accommodate that in your retirement savings. But in a perfect world, we assume that you're going to need approximately 75% of the income that you're currently earning through your working life when you retire. So in order for you to be able to save enough money to give you 75% of what you are earning now for 25 years or 30 years, then it means you have to contribute at least 15% of what you are earning right now. And then if you want to increase it, you can increase it. So saving for your retirement also has tax benefits, because the amount that you contribute towards your retirement savings is tax deductible, meaning you are not going to pay any tax on that money, and the money that you can contribute that is tax deductible is limited to 27.5% of your remuneration, or 350,000. So if your 27.5% is not more than 350,000, then it will be limited to that amount. And then if it's more than 350,000, the maximum amount that can be tax deductible is 350,000. So now some employers do match the amount of money that you are contributing towards your retirement savings to a certain percentage. So for example, let's say your employer says we're going to match your contributions up until 10%. Then it means that if you put 2% of your income towards retirement savings, they're also going to give you another 2%. If you put 5%, they're going to give you another 5% up until 10%. Then if you decide that you want to exceed the 10%, they're only going to match you up until that 10%. However, it does not mean that you are restricted from contributing more than the amount that they're willing to meet in order to match you. Yeah, that one. So it is very important for you to take advantage of this. Why? Because it's free money. It's not your money. It's just your employer saying, you know what, if you contribute towards your retirement, I'll also help you and give you the same amount of money that you are taking out. So I'm going to be explaining this through examples. Most of this video is going to be calculations, because I want you to understand how important it is for you to save for retirement, and most importantly, the sooner that you start, the better. And I also want you to see how contributing more to your retirement can help you save in tech.